DVI. How are you today? Great, really great, really, really great. All right. So today we are very fortunate because we have a very special session at 11 o'clock. Yeah, every first Sunday of the month. We have an Easy Fit Health Talk. Today we have a special guest speaker, right? We have invited a medical doctor with psychiatric experience. He's going to share with us a topic called overcoming SAD. S stands for sadness, A stands for anxiety, and D stands for depression, right? So, what is sadness? What is anxiety? And what is depression? Is sadness the same as depression? Today I'm feeling sad. Am I depressed? Will anxiety cause depression? Will depression cause anxiety? Can we overcome sadness? Can we overcome depression? And what are the warning signs that we should look out? And when is the time that we should look for professional help? Right? These are all very important. So Dr. Brad Ng has got many years of experience in a psychiatric setting. So he's going to share with us how to identify symptoms and how we can overcome all these problems in order to have healthier mental health. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Ng to present us overcoming SAD. To you, Dr. Ng.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah, just 1 hour to noon times, and today is Sunday, a shining Sunday. Since yesterday was very hot. Uh, yeah. Usually Sunday everyone are busy for their own family days, and I'm glad that today, how many? There's a lot of people joining in this health talk. Actually, the quote is no health without mental health. Mental health is one of the areas that are most neglected. Yeah. I think I have to start sharing my slide. I think I send here. All right. Hi. Yeah. I think when I try to send the slide, it start to crash. I try again to send the slide. I tell you what, I can I send a slide to Johan or Joanne? Yeah, I have already sent a slide in the PDF form to you. Okay, let me keep talking. Yeah. For my experience in psychiatry is actually like almost 10 years. When I joined the psychiatry department, until now I didn't change to any department. When I go for master degree in UM hospitals in psychiatry, I have seen a lot of cases. Actually, the big issues about psychiatry is actually psychiatry problem. We don't talk not disorder plus mental health problem. Actually, there is a lot of treatment, but the issue is people just don't come to the hospital to see doctors, right? Okay, let's start. Yeah. Okay, my topic is talking about SAE, right? We starting with sadness first. Yeah, started with sadness first. So we talk about the sadness. Sadness is actually a normal human reaction. Everyone will have a feeling of sad some point of time when something happened. Yeah, when you especially like COVID-19. Yeah, actually research shown that sad anxiety and depression, SAD, during the COVID-19, almost double. More people are having sadness because losing job, you're losing income, a lot of having a lot of money problem, and then they cannot resolve it. More people are resolved by doing like attempt suicide. So today I'm going to share with you on all these things. Yeah, I mean the sadness is normal reaction actually. Next slide. Yeah, next one. Yeah, remember these animations from Disneyland, right? Actually Inside Out lah. That is a animation. So sadness is a normal reaction of a human being. You must allow your sadness to express out. Yes, you must allow your sadness to express out. If you do not express out, then you turn psychotic, turn crazy. You can actually turn crazy, like the main characters inside the movie. Actually, do not allow the depression to express out. He do not allow herself to cry. Yeah, he don't feel safe to express the sadness. Then he's running away. Running away, which is a pathological way to react it. Next slide. Okay, grief is also like depressions. Is a response to loss of money, loss of income, loss of someone. So it consists of actually the conventionally is six stage. Yeah, 6 stages. Everyone have been through this grief. We allow 6 months. 6 months of grief. Yeah, we take 6 months to come up from it. Next slide. Yeah, now I'm telling someone I'm teaching all of these things. It's very important actually, because when you have a wound, physically wounded, you cut yourself, yeah, and you can see it visibly. You can see it, yeah. When you can see it, then you do something about it. You apply some flavin, iodine. You bandage it. You put some gauze on it. So we tends to, especially Asian peoples, Asian people tends to be ignore on their emotional negative reaction. They do not want to share with people their negative reaction, because we how to say we expect to do not have this kind of reaction. We expect to we are expected to accept it automatically lah. Something like that, which is not true. You know, when you see the normal reaction, when you first know the news of something, you're losing something, oh, you retrench, you're losing someone you love, you know, you will shock and deny. Yeah. You first thing is you have to recognize it. You're aware this is happening. You know, it's like you see your wound, a physical wound. You saw that. You see something happen. Then you feel anger, or you start get angry, you know, of something. Why is that so angry? Someone, yourself, or the one that you are losing. You get so angry. Yeah, it can be like days, minutes, hours, or even to months before you go into the another stage, which is depressions. Yeah, that normal reaction of the sadness is normal. You start to cry, maybe like crying every day. And you thought that you're having depression, you might need to see a psychiatrist. Yeah, actually, there's nothing wrong. Although this is normal reaction, you actually can see a psychiatrist. I mean, but unfortunately, the psychiatrists in Malaysia will tend to start you on medications. They will convince you to start medication, because if they don't start with medication, they got no money. And then the psychiatrists in Malaysia, they can't charge other than consultation fees. They didn't charge a psychotherapies. Actually, whenever they talk to you, they can charge psychotherapy. They didn't charge that. I don't know why. Maybe because they think that the patient will make noise and not really willing to pay for it. Yeah, because of that. Yeah, so they tend to start you medication. Yeah, but you are actually within the 6 months period of grief. Right? So in this grief, you have this reaction of shock, denial, anger, depression, detachment. Then after you start to you want to come back to normal life. Then you start to again, say that, oh, maybe you should. I mean, I still have people who I care of. I need to do the things. Yeah. Yeah, I know when I talk about this, a lot of DVI people will start to recall our late Dr. Aziz. Yeah, so everyone here have gone through this when 2018, when our late Dr. Aziz passed away. Yeah, it just the time frame, how long then you start to accept it. Yeah, and return to the meaningful life and feel hopeful. Yeah, the hope they come back. Yeah, all of this is normal. You may or may not need treatment. May or may not need the psychologist or psychiatrist. In Western culture, there's one to mention on this thing. In Western culture, when they have this problem, a normal reaction, you know about depression disorder, depressive disorder yet. Well, talk about this normal reaction first. Okay. They tends to want to see psychiatry first, you know. They want to see the psychiatry first. They don't want they want to request the doctor to refer to psychiatrist one in the Western culture. And then in Western culture, I recall my friend in UK told me that every day their radio will have 1 hour, I think half an hour, 1 hour, talking about the mental health. The radio, TV, the news have a column talk about the mental health. You know, you look at our news here, talking about nonsense. Okay, so actually I don't really like to read newspaper nowadays. I felt a lot of news are not. That's personal view. Anyway, so okay. Next slide. Can I? Yep. With depression, which with depression is clinically disorders. Yeah, which actually quite similar with sadness. When you feel the normal sadness, you also have depressed mood. You also have loss of interest, loss of pressures, feeling of guilt. The difference is there is either there's no obvious loss, or there's more than 6 months of loss, and then there's all the symptoms. Okay, because normal sadness, let's say they bring you out jalan-jalan, you feel a bit, you feel happier. You talk to people, you feel a bit happier. Which depression will not have such reaction? Yeah? And then it lasted more than 2 weeks, and then every day, almost every day, you're feeling sad. Yeah, for depression, and then have significantly affected the functions. Yeah, your social function and your job function. Right. So for grief and depression, sometime during the 6-month period, you can have clinically depressions. It can start the medication, can start the treatment as well. If it lasts then more than 6 months, it cannot be grief anymore. It's pathological. Yeah. So we have to be careful on that. So this is all the symptoms: low energy, poor concentrations, and of course, the last but not least is suicidal. You have the thinking to kill yourself. Okay, so if we depend, our psychiatry will depend on how bad the situation is. We think that is mild kind of sadness, mild to moderate kind of sadness. We tend to just give you counseling. So we think that you start to really severely affected the function, whether it's during the period of your grief or it's already out of the period. We will still start you on medication, yeah, because it depends on how bad is it, yeah. Next slide. Yeah, anxiety. Actually, anxiety is actually, again, is a normal reactions. Everybody in the part of, you feel anxiety when you go for exam, right? Everyone have that. Before you seeing someone more superior, you feel anxiety, right? Some events started, you feel anxiety, right? Everyone have some point of time they have anxiety, yeah. So part of the anxiety symptom is, beside you feeling apprehensions, you a set of symptoms like palpitation, your heart beating very fast, butterfly in your stomach, you cannot swallow, something stuck in your throat, you're breathing very fast, you're feeling your hand is tremors, cold, sweating. If you have more than 4 of these symptoms, just now I mentioned the palpitation, or this thing beside apprehension, then you most likely have a pathological anxiety attack. You have an anxiety attack. So anxiety attack, I tell you two different. I don't know why they put a name here: panic attack and anxiety attack. Panic attack is something happen, precipitate the anxiety symptom, palpitation, cold sweating, tremors. That's called panic attack. Anxiety attack is there's no obvious. There doesn't have obvious thing that precipitate it. Yeah, something happened. Something suddenly happened is called panic attack. Not something happened is like day-to-day life. That's anxiety attack. Yeah, like you are already inside the exam hall, then you suddenly have anxiety attack. Right? Some bad news happen. Tell you some bad news. Oh, someone have died, and then you have a panic attack. Sudden news, sudden thing, something happen, or accident happen in front of you. Then you have the anxiety symptom that's called panic attack. Yeah, and or something like weathers and cuaca and iklim, something like that. Yeah, the weathers and the season. Yeah. So anxiety is something you're inside the exam hall. You are giving a talk you're giving a talk and you have the attack. Yeah. So it can be very disturbing actually. And anxiety disorder is this type of attack happen frequent enough lah. Frequent enough, like 1 week, 2, 3 times. Panic attack is always when you think about the accident, you see, whenever you think about something, then it come. So this is frequent enough. When it happens frequent enough, that's called anxiety disorders. Right. Next slide. Wow. Just now is all introduction. It's just to tell you what is it. Yeah. Just what is it. So in conclusion, depression, sadness, and anxiety can be just normal reaction. When it's bad enough and long enough, then it's become a disorder. And whether you are normal reaction or you are disorder mood, you can also see a psychiatrist. So like Western culture, they straight want to see a psychiatrist. In the Eastern culture, our Asian country, we don't want to see a psychiatrist because you don't think you're not mad. See a psychiatrist equivalent to madness, So actually it's not. Actually it's not. So most of them in Asian country that instead they want to talk to counselor, psychologist, instead of going and see the psychiatrist actually. So less people want to see psychiatrists. They don't think they are mad, but people are more open. But no mental health without no health without mental health, right, is not joking. Because in 2020, it's estimated. He put it estimated. It's not estimated. It's happening now. Causing major cause of disability. It's not major cause of disease. Most of people suffer from the depression, don't die. Only a small portion who die, and you keep on suffer lah. Actually, worse than die. You cannot die. You just suffer. There's no. Then you didn't do anything about it. You just continue to suffer. So this is a major cause of disability. Disabled. You cannot do work properly. Already disabled you. You cannot do work properly, and you cannot go and see people like normally. You cannot like your normal life at all. So it can start to disable you. It's number second, just after the heart disease. That's why we tell you it's very important of depression. And it's very important to come up and talk about it. It's okay that you can just go and see counselor first and psychology first, because the counselor and psychology are trained to know that when they should send you to see a psychiatrist, they think that you're bad enough. And it's how to work like in Asian country. They think that you are bad enough, then only they think that you need to start on medication. They will refer you to see a psychiatrist. Yeah. Okay, next slide. Okay. 1 in 4 people actually having mental health problem every year. And mental health problem means include the grief lah. You lost something, right? 1 in 4 people are affected. Next slide. And actually 4% of the world population living currently have depression. Yeah, 4% is a huge number of it. Yeah. Next slide. And this one you need to enlarge a bit to see. But what I actually want to see is number one, first, 16% of the adults have depression. 1 in their lifetime. Almost like 1 in 5. Almost like 1 in 5. Yeah. 6% of the adults have depression disorder in the past 12 months. Yeah. In 1 year. And you look down, when you scroll down. Yes. This is the most important part. Actually, most people do not come to receive treatment, not even come to see the psychologist or counselor. Psychology is really, really not enough in Malaysia. Of course, because Asian people all thinking of earning money, can just talking, don't earn money lah. If you in Western country, you talk, they charge you money like consultant, charge you money, no problem. They're happy to pay for it. For Asian people, we talk also have to take my money. Need money making this doctor. So talk also earn money. Then the Asian people not willing to pay. So actually, less people want to go and see lah. Why talk is free ma? They expected that. How the counselor, they are professionally trained. I didn't talk about psychiatry first. They're professionally trained, psychologists are professionally trained, so that they go and talk to them. Pay money, just go and listen to talk and pay money. So most of people don't go and see. Yeah. But a lot of people will can call. They call befriender. It's actually befriender that they most likely they talk to you for 5 minutes. They ask you to see psychiatrist or see a counselor or psychologist one. Next slide. Okay, as I say, 1 in 5 suffer from the depressions. Okay, next slide. This one. From just now until now, we started talking until now, how many people have killed themselves? This is a worldwide statistic. Every 40 seconds, someone dies by suicide. Yeah, actually, media have played a very important role. Yeah, very important role in suicide. Promoting suicide. So when the newspaper, that's why I say don't read newspaper. The journalists are a lack of knowledge. Like they put it at 2-3 days ago in Puchong. Yeah, a pilot, because stress or family problem, stress or financial problem, successfully kill themselves, right? It's just a tip of the iceberg. Actually, every 40 seconds, someone died by suicide, but they didn't put in the newspaper. And this news has spread everywhere, and let people know that, stress, because people have short concentration span. They read the title, someone passed away. Then the first thing they want to read another one. Why they kill himself? Stress because of family problem, lost a job. Or they don't even read the next title. They see suicide. Pilot. They see it's pilot. Definitely no job, lost money, isn't it? So this gives the impression, the people who lost the job, they cannot find any solution, they will suicide. Because the big title mentioned it. The pilot die by suicide. So this title, people don't, it's very small. The small printing of the full story is downstairs. The full story is downstairs. They straight away ask me question already. But actually, what I want to say is that in the media, promoting indirectly that, is one of the solutions. Lost job, you stress with the family problem, you can choose to kill yourself. But of course, in the news there, the story that they mentioned about, they mentioned about this actually. Okay, when there's a question, they say the reason this case, the news report, all these friends and family. Actually, I also same. I did not read the full story. I only see the full titles. Yeah, I didn't read the newspaper for actually 5 years now. I didn't read newspaper. I saw it in Facebook actually, and I saw it in Facebook and people comment over there. The comment is like not very appropriate lah. I felt that. Yeah. And then another news. Okay, I answer the question first. Family member did not spot any change in behavior of the pilot. Could it be something that nobody are able to spot it? It may simmer in this mind all along, but it is just snap but just added on impulse. All right. Because I do not know the case, I do not talk to the patients or the family members. But I can tell you the statistic. More than 60% of people who have depression, of course, you can add by impulse, isn't it? But unlikely lah. This pilot definitely lost job, lost income, kan? And he already mentioned he had family problem. But of course, they did not spot any behavioral change lah. Yeah. Problem definitely he have stress, isn't it? So more than 60% of the depressive disorder people, clinically depressed people, more than 60%, have, number one, have see doctor within the 6 months. Any normal doctor, and mention it before, one. Number two, they have mentioned to any people before also, like friends and family members, that he felt that he couldn't cope. He feel very stressful. Or he mentioned the intention they want to kill himself to someone before, within the 6 months, before he really killed himself. Or number three is more than 60% are like that. Actually, this by statistic, all those who have attempted suicide or killed or suicide successfully for the past 6 months, they had mentioned that intention to someone before, right? Because they have tried to ask for help before, right? Or he really want to die, so he had planned all along. For the past 6 months, he had planned all along, so he don't want to mention to anyone. Yeah, he really had planned it very well, so it's unlikely to act on impulse. Act on impulse is something more on a drama things that have drama and act on impulse, like before he have attempt suicide. Yeah, he will having a quarrel, having a quarrel, throwing something, angry during the time have, yeah, clearly they have something on, then he suddenly add on. Yeah, jumping on the height is unlikely lah, huh? That is add on impulse. Yeah, I mean, there's many way of killing themselves. Yeah, those who act on impulse are those who really, they will run into the kitchen, take some knife, cut themselves. They will run into the kitchen and swallow some dishwashing liquid. I hope they are swallowing the Amway dishwashing liquid, then it's okay, no problem, or LOC, or that. The worst come to worst is they get angry, quarrels, and go to the kitchen and found palakwat in the kitchen. Palakwat is banned in Malaysia because it's one drop will kill you. Yeah, but actually they won't want to die. Actually, they do want to die. This is at an impulse. Yeah. All right. Okay. Next slide. Yes, this is the tips of the iceberg for each of the. This is Australian statistic. For each of the 6 men who died by suicide, 82 men have actually attempted and one thinking want to do it and call ambulance. You see, the white people are they wanted to die, they will call ambulance. I don't know whether ambulance would react to. I mean, we definitely don't do that lah. Asian country, I never heard that the ambulance received call. Maybe tomorrow I go and ask the ambulance. People in my hospital, have they ever received call that people thinking want to die and call ambulance to rescue them? Yeah, another news that I read is attempt suicide. Attempt suicide in kena saman. I don't know which country. Maybe it's Malaysia lah. Malaysia. Attempt suicide, for all of you who didn't know, this is a penal code. It's a criminal law. You are breaking law, and it's a criminal. It's a crime to killing yourself. And whatever your religion is, it is a crime in their religion. That you're trying to kill yourself is a crime. So you gonna summon 1,000, I think 1,000. Then I saw a lot of comment in the Facebook. They say, "Ayo, why they want to?" Of course, it's in the society, in the world, and now they're trying to decriminalize suicide. But it's not right to kill yourself as well. Yeah, people are. I mean, in the Facebook, they're condemning people. They're condemning the law. They fine him 1,000. You already have money problem. Fine him 1,000 ringgit. But you are breaking the law. Hello, you have money. Then don't kill yourself. Like, you already have money problem, right? Or make sure you really die. So you don't get the fine. But again, the fine can happen to your family member. So I think I see the suicide is very irresponsible because you left your family member around. Okay, next slide. Because I in psychiatry for so long, I have seen suicide for so many times, many ways. So I think that I tend to have I don't I'm not very I'm feeling a bit angry for those who suicide. I feel that you have the courage to attempt suicide, then you don't have the courage to face it yourself. To face the problem, actually. Okay, we go back. We come to another sessions. Yeah, to this suicide things. You look at the mental health disorders. Actually, anxiety disorder is the most common, but again, 80% of the people don't come to see the doctors. Insomnia. No, a lot of people living with insomnia. And because they're still able to work, so they don't come and see the doctor. All right. I have seen people who have insomnia more than 10 years. I was thinking, you don't have to suffer, isn't it? Why you have to suffer? You know, really, more than 10 years is because he had the impression that the doctor is definitely, but it's true lah. If you go and see a psychiatrist, that most likely ask you to take medication. They're trying to convince you to take medication. But I think patient autonomy is very important. If the patient really don't want to take medication, we say we don't force them. We try to offer other alternatives lah. Yeah, we later we'll talk about the solution. What else we can do? Yeah, all right. Next slide. You know, you can't sleep is really suffer. No, you're thinking about it. You can't sleep every day. You know, every day like you sleep 1 hour, or you cannot sleep at all. And the next day, or you just like close your eyes. That's all. You didn't even sleep. You're aware of surrounding. Imagine you're insomnia for every day for 10 years. My gosh. I cannot imagine how they can tahan. You know, it's as if you have a gut. You have a gut somewhere else, big gut, you know, like deep, you know, 1 cm deep gut. And you're ignoring it. And you cut it every day, and you ignore it and eat every day. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine that anyway. Yeah, people can live like that. And don't even go and see anyone for help. You know, taboo, you know. And actually, yeah, I want to share with you my experience. I think it's the society itself pushing the stigma and the taboo, the fear. One of these is insurance. Insurance, I'm not sure anyone who are selling insurance here. I have friends who are insurance agent and actually go to talk in their company few times because I think it's not, they are playing a role of stigma, you know, because insurance, number one, do not cover any mental disorder, number one. If you have any mental disorder, yeah, you cannot buy insurance. Yeah? And if you're, because in the form you have to declare that you get no mental illness. Yeah. If you discover that you have mental illness, then you cannot claim. Yeah. Ever in the past, before you buy an insurance, you have mental disorder before, and now you recover, you cannot buy insurance, medical insurance. I say, what? What the heck, man? So, how to say, I have clients that requested me unrecorded home visit, go to the house to assess his family member. Is it having any issues, any problem? Why they wanted to do it? In the last time, I don't want to do this kind of thing. Ooh, off record law, off record. I mean, everything I want to be official and in the record, black and white, right? But I think that because he said that if it's not off record, then anything, if it registered in a psychiatric clinic itself, the insurance company can trace it. And in future, he cannot buy insurance. Then I start thinking, maybe there's a reason people don't want to come and see a psychiatrist, don't want to see a doctors, you know. So that's why he asked me off record, go and see his family member and do some assessment, you know. So I'm thinking that insurance company is also play a role in stigma, you know. People don't want to see a psychiatrist because of insurance, you know, because they cannot buy insurance. They cannot buy insurance once they have psychiatric record. Yeah. And then another thing is the fear employee. When they know they have psychiatric record. Yeah. Another one also asked me to go do home visit, you know. Also it's because they fear the employee know about it. They don't want the employee to know that he has psychiatric illness. Yeah, employee will also fine. Reject them from the work. Okay. Okay, this is a sentence. Yeah. If you everyone understand it, but that everyone do not really put into their mind. Yeah, your mental health is more important than the test, than the interview. Your mental health is more important than the date, the meeting, the family dinner, the soccer game, recital, grocery run. Yeah, a lot of people having mental health issues problem because all these issues. Yeah, start thinking about it. Yeah, I have seen patients, a lot of patients, actually a lot of them, they fall sick. The mental health, they fall sick because of the job is too stressful for them to handle. Yeah, I mean everyone is different. Some people can handle, some people cannot handle. So become depressed because of the job, isn't it? So the solution is very clear, kan? Change job lah, kan? You change your job, you no more depressed lah, kan? But he said, I cannot. He told me they cannot change the job. He need the income. Then you have to start the medication. I tell the patient like that. I have to give them the medication. You know, you willing to take the medication? You know, the medication have side effect. Willing to take the medication just because you want to keep the job? Is there no other alternative? They say no. You can have less income and change the job. You cannot. They cannot take it. Mean that they're so rigid. They're so rigid. They cannot. Or I must pass the exam with excellent, or die. You know, that's the problem. You know, a lot of people have this problem. I tend to ask people. You look in the, you look in the, you look up. Yeah, look up and look at the sky. Look above the sky. It's a universe. It's so big. You know how tiny is our human? How tiny is our human problem? See how tiny is very small problem. You know, if you look up to the universe, or you look at the universe, and the Earth itself is so small in the solar system. And actually, humans are like bacteria, like bacteria, so small. You know, your problem is like virus. You know, it's so small. You know, so you just because you become depressed because of this thing. Actually, life go on. Next. Okay, that's we enlarge a bit. Yeah, enlarge a bit. Yeah, there's a list of that tell you what you should do to prevent depression. Get enough sleep. Yeah, for those who not get enough sleep, always at night don't sleep. Always, not once in a while. You have higher risk of depressions and anxiety. Spend time, yeah. Pay attention to your feeling. Very important to pay attention to your feeling. People don't pay attention. Yeah, you just tell your boss that you cannot cope, that you're depressed right now, you're sad right now. You tell them, all right? Yeah. If the boss is bad, you say, no, I don't care whether you're depressed or not, you work now, okay? Just change your job, all right? Just, goreng your boss, okay? Or just ignore your boss, yeah? Spend your time in nature, develop hobbies. I think hobby is a very good way to cope, yeah? And then I find out that, I know one day I talked to one of my colleagues, I asked him to list down 10 hobbies. You know what? He put 1 and 2, he said no more. Oh my gosh. And people are lacking of hobbies, you know. I asked him to list down your hobbies when you are childhood. He can list 5 or 6. And now only have 2 or 1 or not even 1. My gosh. You don't have anything to do in your they cannot even have hobbies, no? I would say that develop 10 types of hobbies, yeah? Is to put it in your positive, how to say, your positive lifestyle change. 10 hobbies, to have 10 hobbies. Of course, 10 hobbies, I mean, it's a challenge lah. It's a goal, you have to set goal. 10 hobbies, yeah? You have develop new hobbies, yeah? And when you're stressed, do your hobbies, yeah? When you're stressed, do your hobbies. Don't have 1 or 2, not enough. You have 10. Yeah. Let's say you went feeling very stressed. You need the time. Your hobbies is like fishing. Oh, your MCO cannot go fishing. How? Die no, cry no, kill yourself Cannot lah. You have 10 hobbies so you may have different way of hobbies. Not like fishing, boating, all same one all must go to nature one Your 10 hobbies all same cannot must have different hobbies You can read, go singing, yeah, watching scary movie, yeah, all those things. Talk to people, talk on the phone, Hobbies, talk on the phone can be hobbies actually. Yeah. Play game, play online games is also is a hobby. Make do sudoku, it's a hobbies. Yeah. Laugh often. Yeah. I also developed new hobbies during MCO. I don't know why. Like making TikTok video, keep on doing TikTok video. I think I'm a bit addicted to doing video nowadays. Grieve your losses. Cry, tell people that you're sad, accept yourself, change yourself, ask for help. Ask for help is very important. I think we shouldn't do everything yourself. You should ask for help. Spend less time in front of electronics. Do some gardening. Connect with friends and family. Scroll down. There's a lot of things. That talk to people who are positive. Of course, you don't be so sensitive lah. Try to be less sensitive. Ignore the negative. And negative is always there. Don't bother. Ignore the negative comment. Forgive yourself. Get to know yourself. Listen to your instincts is very important. People tend to tell you what you do. You should do this or you should do that. That means listen to yourself what you want to do, or see a therapist. Okay. I think next slide. Let me see. I have to hasten it. Okay, sorry, I've spent so long time. Okay, this you can actually search this questionnaire in the internet. DASS 21 questions over here. You just answer the question, or anyone you think that I think he's having problem, or maybe he have a problem. So you let them fill up the questionnaire. Scroll down. Next slide. So it's how it look like. You put it like that. It's like something like I found it hard to win down. Actually, there is a Malay version. There is a Malay version. You can search for Malay version, more suitable for Malaysian people. So for hard to win down, so you answer for the stability. Okay, next slide. And then you will come up with this score system. Any 5-6 years old also can do. So you put there depression, anxiety, stress. Self-administer, self-help kit. Self-help kit. When you say, severe, because you don't even aware that you are severe, severe. Then you should seek for some professional help. Next slide. Okay, I'm not going to mention that. All these symptoms of clinical depressions. Okay, next slide. And all the symptoms for clinical anxiety lasted for 6 months. So anxiety is even more suffer. Actually, you have anxiety long enough, you can lead to depression. When you have depression, you can develop anxiety. This crisscross. Next. This is actually overlapping. Depression and anxiety are overlapping. Then tends to anxiety people who are severe enough and long enough will develop depression eventually. Anxiety people would not. Suicide is not an anxiety symptom. Suicide is always depression symptom. So depressed are more dangerous, but anxiety are more suffer because you can suffer very long and you still can function, but you suffer. Cannot sleep, insomnia for years. But you still can work. Depression you cannot. It's really bad. It cannot work. Next slide. So they tend to talk about the causes. So 2 words. The cause is genetic. 3 words are 3. Genetics, your own your own personality lah. Your anxiety type, you tend to really sikit-sikit pun you terkejut, sikit-sikit pun you anxious then you are more likely lah to get anxiety. Or your personality is you only have him, no other thing. Then you will depressed if you're losing some him. So if you have, I have a lot of things. That I love. I love a lot of people. Not only love one people. Then you are more protected. Number 3 is environment. If your environment are more negative people, negative environment, or you are more not supportive environment, stressful environment. 3 things are actually all these things. Brain chemistry later, I'll talk about it next. This is brain chemistry. Actually, there is an animation. Johan, can you click it? You can animate here. Cannot. It's okay. Scroll down. Okay. Serotonin, we call it as the happiness molecule. So serotonin is, serotonin is made from what? Tryptophan. What is tryptophan? Amino acid. Amino acid from where? From protein. Yeah. So indirectly, you tell that you have to have more tryptophan to make more serotonin. You have not enough protein intake, you cannot make serotonin. It's the happiness molecule. You have less serotonin, then you tend to have depression and anxiety. So this is serotonin, you feel happy. Love, you oxytocin and dopamine is high. Dopamine is like excitement. You feel high. You feel very joyful. This dopamine, like people give you some reward. Yeah, you go on stage. Yeah, for recognition. The dopamine will shoot up. Dopamine will shoot up. You feel excited. Very happy. That's different from happiness. Yeah. Next slide. Okay. Yeah, going for the solution. Okay. The most important thing is you must aware for that you need help. You know now, people who come today, that actually there is treatment. Yeah, there are solutions. So you please tell those who you think. Now then you told that, hey, how do I can I tell? After today talk, no excuse. You say, how do I know this fella got problem? Do the score. That's 21 score. Yeah. If what happened if the people refuse to do the score? Then you really have to aware why he refused to do the score. If you really got no problem, why you want to do this, to do the questionnaire, isn't it? So untreated depression is very important. We need to see the professionals. Next slide. Next slide. Okay, for mode of treatment, it's not only medication. Yeah, and because in our country, medication is like as if you go and see psychiatrist is always for medication. It's not necessarily. You can opt for psychotherapy. Please pay for it. Okay. They spend a years for training. So when they do psychotherapy, you can be one session, or it can be 20 session, it can be 50 session, can be even 100 session. Brain stimulation is most people don't want. They do electrical shock you. They do electrical shock. Then you will be pingsan. We give you medicine to sleep and do the shock. Okay, my body medicine that you can do is like yoga, meditation. Yeah, maybe I think our EC Fit should find a yoga teacher, like do some yoga exercise. Very important. Meditation. It is clinically proven. There are research that show that this type of exercise can boost your mental health. Right? Okay, next slide. This is all the medication. There's a lot of medication you can choose. Don't worry. Okay, but of course, you want to know other things. Right? Next slide. So, of course, I have to mention about diet and nutrition. Is it effective for depression and anxiety people or not? So, we are going to we can in DVI, we don't want to say just like not like pasar malam or vegetable salad. So I tell them, oh, this is very beautiful. Eat this veggie, you can cure cancer. No such thing. We must show evidence whether we don't talk about diet and nutrition can cure depression or not. We don't talk about these kind of things. We can talk about diet and nutrition. Can it help? Can help depression and anxiety or not? Definitely yes. Next slide. I'll show you some news first. This is a common news. Switching to a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, fish and lean meat can ease depression in just 3 weeks. Study 5, not this is a standard news, not the Malaysia utusan. Malaysia utusan mungkin dikontrol oleh siapa-siapa, I don't know. This one tak control one. So it's correct. Study find that switching diet, rich in fruits and vegetables, fish and lean meat can really help ease depression. Just 3 weeks. My gosh. Next slide. So I think all the psychiatrists, actually all the doctors should study nutrition and start advising people. Because why? Doctors, you are all government, you are the expert, right? Nutrition as intervention for depression and anxiety. Yes. Next slide. I'm going to show you what to take. A brief diet intervention. This is a real study. A brief diet intervention reduce symptoms of depression in young adult. Randomized control trial. Never mind. This is the real study. They show what? Put here. Probiotics, omega-3 fatty acid, fruits and vegetables. Okay, next slide. Okay, next slide is going to show you omega-3 fatty acid. A meta-analysis. A meta-analysis means they take in a number of paper study and show. Okay, we look at the second one, current evidence support the finding. The second paragraph here. Current evidence support the finding. Support the finding that beneficial effects on depression. Bukan I cakap. This study cakap one. This journal is a well-known journal some more. Okay. Research in meta-analysis some more. My God. Have many people here supported that it can have beneficial effect. Yeah, that's how you should mention, not omega fish oil. You makan can cure depression. Don't ever mention that. What you say is beneficial effects on depression. Positive can help depression. Can help you to ease your pain. Yeah. Okay, next slide. Vitamin B supplementation on depression symptom, or even effect on healthy and at-risk individual. Mean you can take it to prevent. Yeah, you can take it to prevent. Yeah, at risk, you are risky. Let's say you have family member have anxiety and depression. Then you should take vitamin B already. Show this paper to, this paper you don't go and show the housewife or vegetable seller. But of course, your housewife is master degree, then you can show. Well, they will be happy to read that. You show the auntie, then apa you cakap? Okay, next week. Next slide. Magnesium and major depression. Yeah. Okay. We look at the second cut and paste. Where should I put? Okay, they found out that the magnesium brain MG there. Brain magnesium deficiency reduce serotonin level. So you tak cukup magnesium can cause less serotonin level. My gosh. And so excessive calcium, glutamate, aspartate intake can worsen MD. So you don't take calcium supplement alone. You must take calcium magnesium yourself. Next slide. Probiotic. A probiotic is very effective. That's why we talk about gut-brain connection. It's very, very important. Yeah. We go to the second cut here. Okay, second cut here. All right. We read the last one. This is the first systemic review. We found that, wow, Johan straight away read very fast. We found the probiotic were associated with significant reduction in depression. So he can reduce just now the DAS 21. After they consume the probiotic, the score will drop one. That means that's severe or moderate. It can drop to mild. So next slide. So these kind of things that you show to professional, but you can try to show to, don't show to stubborn people. Stubborn people no use one. Like some of the doctor, they think that they are greater than you. You show them the study. They don't even look at it. They think they are right, you know. Antioxidant mean all the fruits and vegetable, vitamin E, vitamin A, you know, can generalize, can have a role to play in generalized anxiety disorder and depression. Yeah. I mean, we don't read all the content, we just tell you all these things. Because anxiety, depressions, and sadness can create free radical in your body, okay, can cause more free radical creation, and they will consume antioxidant in your body. So that actually the study show that depressed and anxiety patient have less, the body have less vitamin E lah, A lah, all this vitamin drop one, you know. That means they are consuming. Yeah, your body are trying to, because anxiety and depression have debilitating effect on your physical body. Yeah, they can kill your body, can cause a depression, heart attack can come. So your body are trying to consume the antioxidant to protect you from the effect of the depression and anxiety. Next slide. I still got next slide. Yeah, vitamin D. Yes, vitamin D. Just now I just mentioned, yeah, this is a robust study, 13 studies with over 31,000 participants found that, yeah, vitamin D deficiency have increased risk of depression. Yeah, you and those who have depression have also have low level of vitamin D. Yeah, so it's very important. Yeah, just now I just mentioned to you. So no more of the slides. Finished already. Yeah, you can end the slide. We come back to here. So just now I mentioned about it. Healthy diet. It's very important. Not talk about supplement. Diet is very important. Yeah, if you eat all the lousy food, yeah, today you go and eat all the deep fried thing, goreng pisang, Burger King, McDonald, everyday makan McDonald, Maggie mee every day. You're higher risk to get depressions. Yeah, look at the healthy food. Yeah, since I mentioned, more fruits and vegetables, fish. Yeah, every day eat fish, no problem. Or some will ask me, every day eat fish, got mercury, how? Mean how? You cannot run away from pollution. Then you don't eat. Die of starvation, is it? Your rice polluted. Your rice so polluted. Your fruit and vegetable also have some pollution. You mean how? You plant yourself now. You rear your fish yourself. So if you don't eat worse they got mercury how then you you take some because mercury you take more vitamin, you can chelate it. Yes, the mineral can chelate it. It can reduce it can cleanse it from your body. You don't eat it, then you die of starvation from nutrient, not enough nutrient, you know. So it's very important. So lean meat, all those things. Actually, for me, I think you should take the food as a whole. Yeah, as a whole. You take the chicken, don't remove the skin. Just eat the skin. Actually, there is in the skin, there's a lot of nutrient. Again, you take the grapes, don't remove the skin. There's a lot of phytonutrient in the skin itself. The apple, don't remove the skin. Then you say, oh, the skin got a lot of fertilizer, pesticide sprayed on it. How? Then it also have valuable things inside, you know. So you wash it properly, and it's actually the skin, the chicken fat inside. There is a place that have fat soluble vitamin inside one, you know. You don't eat and people eat egg, and egg is healthy. Don't go and listen to people say, oh, 1 week only can take 2 eggs. So what's so little? My gosh, you want one day can take 2 eggs, better take 2 eggs, more healthier. It's actually depends how you cook it. You microwave cannot deep fry cannot use don't use vegetable oil, salad oil, no. So you use I always say use butter to just cook butter, coconut oil, you know. So and then pour olive oil on top. You don't use olive oil to fry and put high heat. Yeah? So the chicken skin, all these things, the egg and the egg yolk, eat it as a whole. It's very healthy actually. Yeah. So eat a healthy food diet, and then after that, omega fish oil, probiotic, calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin B, protein. Yeah. 5 nutrition supplement currently helpful. Huh? And another thing that you want to add in is like double X, multivitamin, multimineral with the 17 types of plant concentrate. You need to take more fruits and vegetables. I mean, obviously we can't get every day, you know, all the fruits and vegetables. It's hard to get. So 6 things you can consume for helping for those who have a how to say, anxiety, depression, insomnia. You know, I actually personally have a client. He's a banker. You know, he's a banker. Not only a banker. For the past 10 years, I have 2-3 times won the award of the top sales, top sales, some more. Huh? And he had more than 10 years of insomnia. You know, oh my gosh. I don't know how he can. He say he don't want to see psychiatrist. He say he don't want to take the medication, but he said okay for the nutrition. So I started only 2. I only started those 2 nutrition, B and calcium only. You know. Then he told me his sleeping improved 50%. Last time you can only sleep, cannot sleep at all, or only 1 hour every night. You can sleep 4 hours. Yeah. Only 1 month later, you know. 1 month only, you know, his sleep improved by 50%. So no harm lah, especially for those people who have like able to work, able to function. Yeah, they've been years to be like that, and then no one to see psychiatrist. So what to do? No harm, but just change the diet and nutrition is very important. And everyone here can advise people on in terms of diet and nutrition. No issues. You just show the people, just show what just say that this is what I say. No harm. You no need prescription. Yeah, you don't need a prescription to start a healthy diet. You don't need a prescription to start some nutrition. Yeah. And a lot of people ask me, hey, vitamin C, the porter, the porter, the porter only mentioned, where is my porter? The porter only mentioned, oh, vitamin C, 1 tablet a day. I say this is minimum requirement. There is no maximum requirement the nutrient, because we don't know how much you really need it. So it's a minimum you need to take it. If you don't take it, then you are malnutrition for that. Yeah. 1 tablet is minimum requirements. Yeah. So you can take more than that. It depends on your body reaction. So, okay, any question? Let me see. Got question in the chat room or not? By taking the right nutrition, let me see. Wow, there's actually a lot of questions. I want to ask MC, do I have time to answer those questions?
Yes, can proceed.
Who should be the first contact expert? Is it a trained counselor, a psychologist, or psychiatrist? If you ask me, I will say psychiatrist. You can call me. I'm very cheap only, can go to home visit also. But of course, it depends on the patient. Not we don't say first contact expert. Who should be? Yeah, who should it be? It's patient preference, patient autonomy. Up to him. You can offer. You can either see a counselor, psychologist, psychiatry. Who you should want to see first? Ask the patient. Of course, the most likely he's going to say counselor. They feel that psychiatry is very threatening. You know, they feel very threatened to see a psychiatry. I'm mad. Am I mad? Yeah, you are mad. Actually, you didn't sleep for more insomnia more than 10 years. You are mad. Mad is a rude word actually. Yeah, it's a rude word. It means that you are not healthy, mentally not healthy. Yes, you need help. Mad and crazy is a rude word. It's actually rude, yeah, to say that. So it's a patient preference. Yeah. Okay, next question. By taking the right nutrition, especially omega-3 and protein, can it be reversed for someone who suffer a long time depression? Again, we don't use the term. It's very sensitive. Reverse. Yeah. And then even the paper, the research had clearly show that there are, because it's not, the paper didn't show 100%. No, all the patients who consume omega-3, all the patients improve. No, not all not all my showing a certain percentage and improve. And then when they do the study, they conclude all the people all together, then draw a line and show that in average, yeah, it reduce the depression. I mean, it helps. You don't go and mention that well, definitely it can reverse. How sure are you? Then nothing can be 100% sure. Yeah, it cannot be 100% sure. The only thing can 100% sure is that 100% satisfactory guarantee. Yeah, you can return back to us. This one is 100%. Yeah, that one is definitely 100%. Then whether your depression can reverse or not is not 100%. Yeah, but that's the choice that you have. Either you go and see a psychiatrist, start the medication, or you want to see a psychologist or counselor, or also you can start some nutrition and supplementation to help you. Why not? It's no problem. It's just like fish oil and protein. What's the problem? You can take it. Yeah, see, maybe it may help you. Yeah, but by research, it shows that it can help a certain percentage of people. You don't say that you can reverse it, you can cure. Oh wow, you can cure. But even the medication also no 100%. Medication, psychotherapy also no 100%. The treatment is still not 100%. So even doctor cannot be 100% sure that you take medication can cure. Yeah, no. Yeah. Actually, in our medical work, we cure only sometimes. We comfort always. You must make the patient more comfortable. Okay. Question from YouTube. Other YouTube. Yeah, there's YouTube. What to do if someone suddenly get anxiety? What can we do to help? Okay. Breathing exercise. Yeah, today we didn't do any breathing exercise here. Yeah, when you have anxiety, the easier way is to do breathing exercise. Actually, in YouTube, you can find a lot. You can find a breathing exercise. You just type breathing exercise. There's a YouTube guide over there. Relaxation technique. Okay, you just start your YouTube. You just follow what they help. What they guide you through. When you suddenly get anxiety, you can do relaxation technique and breathing exercise. Yeah. What else you can do? I mean, get someone help. Distract yourself and focus yourself in other things that you feel happier. Okay. That is not a question. Stress causes many illnesses. Understanding ourselves and know what are the stressful. There's not a question. Okay. I think I have answered all the questions. Any more? Okay, if no more, I pass back to Joanne.
Okay, fantastic. So that's all for today. Hope everyone benefited from today's session. So stay tuned for next month. Next month we have childhood obesity. Yeah, on the first Sunday, 11 o'clock, right? By nutritionist Logis. Okay.
Thank you very much.
To DVI admin. Thank you to Johan.
Yeah, thank you, Joanne. Thank you to Johan. Thank you, everyone.
Everybody, see you next month. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brett. Thank you, Joanne.
Yeah, thank you.